Hello, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your May 21 reading. I'm Emma, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. Oh, Virgo, when I tuned into you prior to pressing record, the healing energies around you for May are just beautiful. They're just so beautiful because the way that I like to do this reading is, I tune in beforehand, I get a little message through, and then, I'll pull a few cards as we go. I'm going to do 3 cards to sort of texture and add to the conversation. And towards the end of this video, I will also pull a relationship card as well. But the healing vibes for May, healing, and not necessarily disruptive healing, but very grounding healing. I got a message for you that was like a theme of May is healing and sealing. Healing in and sealing in all that you have become. I get the vibe that some of the Virgos watching, if not all of the Virgos watching, have had a tumultuous 6 months, maybe a year. And it feels as though your worlds have changed quite dramatically. They are no longer what they once were. And it feels as if May is giving you this incredible opportunity to just arrive where you are at, arrive into this new world. And there will be a lot of time and space to support your allowing, maybe support your catching up, like, whoa, so much has changed. I've changed because of that. I've changed in reflection of that. And I just need a minute to catch up with me. And it does feel like the focus is very on you. It may be that in May, some elements of your life are reduced so that the more meaningful, wholesome, supportive to your well-being areas can have time and focus. And it does feel as if we're sort of giving you this platform to be before adding in extra elements. Now it feels like just giving you space to connect in with who you've become through all this life experience, rather than push the becoming. Like, okay, I want to do lots of new things in May. I want to push the next stage and push my next stage of transformation and push my next stage of becoming. It's more about giving you the time you need to just really seal it in, before adding those extra elements. And it does feel like that's going to be really productive, because I think if we keep throwing things on top of you, you've not got a chance to sort it all out. You've not got a chance to catch up with it or actually put it in an order and a rhythm that is reflective of your well-being. It feels like what we're doing is just giving you the space to come to you. And I do feel like healing is really important. I feel as if you're aware of this. You're aware of those things inside your heart that are still very big and very tender. And although you've been brilliant and you have moved through so much in 6 months, at the same time, you may have noticed that some of those heart areas have been firing off at strange times, at strange intervals, maybe when you've been particularly exhausted. And I guess what we're doing is just smoothing everything over in May, just smoothing it over so that you can feel your feet on the ground again, so you can feel your lungs fill with breath, so that you can come to a place where you're actually able to now create and enjoy in a way that feels good to you. And so this is a really important and vital part of the process, just to give you time. I mean, that keeps coming out. We need to give you a bit of time here. You with you, you with you, you with you, you with you, just to incorporate all of the changes that have taken place. And I'm not feeling like this is necessarily something that has to be massively analyzed. It's probably happening naturally that you are so aware that so much has been going on. Like, this isn't a surprise to you. I don't feel like we need to analyze it like in a really deep and constructive way. Do you know, like it doesn't feel like this is necessarily a time for self-analyzing, but perhaps a time for self-reflection, a time of knowing that because you've changed, your needs have changed, and how you want to use your time has changed, and that you're in a place where you need more time for you. You need more time to check in with you and feel you, so that you have that confidence of choice when life picks up speed again, when it picks up rhythm, because you do thrive in that sort of productivity and feeling like a creator in your world and being connected to activity. But in order for it to feel enjoyable and not as if it's a weight on you, we're just putting in some very strategic downtime, some strategic withdrawal. And like I said, we're not taking anything out so that you're not doing anything. We're not taking all the things out, but we're just reducing it so that you've got your higher quality connective things, like whether that's your work or your family or your friends, and sort of giving that the time to be the focus. Because when you're engaged in these more meaningful experiences, you're naturally healing anyway. You're naturally moving into the new world anyway. So when I say this isn't necessarily a big time of self-analysis, I feel it's just by really recognizing that you need a bit of time to be you, catch up with you, heal some of this stuff that's been really big in you. Especially, I feel like it came up quite big in April, and just some time to really heal that over. What you need is what you find connective. What you need is time to be where you find connection. And so we've got this big theme of just healing and sealing. And what I love about this is that you should find, as we approach the end of May, you've got a lot more sealed in. It's all been sealed in. The experiences, the becoming, the arrival, all sealed in. And it feels like, right, now I'm lined up. Or at least more lined up. Much more lined up. Now I can add in these other elements and know that I can enjoy it. And that I can have it all. I know that that may have come up for you in April, that you felt like, I can't do it all. I can't be it all. It's all too much. And a lot of that is just because there's that healing and sealing that needs to take place. This sort of understanding and acceptance and allowing of what you've just been through. And I think you will find that you can add in all those extra elements, that you can have it all and actually be it all once you've given yourself the allowing for your well-being. Once you've given yourself that time to really just take a break. And I think you'll find you can add in those extra elements. I do believe by the end of May, you'll really feel that. So with that in mind, healing and sealing through May. So, I'm shuffling my cards now so that we can pull some to sort of carry on this conversation and see what themes are coming up. But with that in mind, do know that this is the very thing that you need. There's no requirement of you outside of this, really. Do you know, like your priority, your number one intention for May is probably going to center a lot around healing in and sealing in and healing in and sealing in. Like, there is no lack. We're not looking at you saying you need to do all the other things. This actually gives you fantastic permission to just really come back to you and allow you to be the focus, and knowing that by doing that, you will be able to give in a bigger way, engage in a bigger way, and reclaim life in the ways that you want to after you've had this experience. It's very temporary. We're only looking at a couple of weeks, and then whoosh, off you're going to go into a fuller sense of life experience again. And that's what you want, that's what you want. So let's see what cards we've got to really layer the conversation there. Ooh, they're really good, actually. But what's interesting is I've got here, for the first card out, I've got the Ten of Swords, and I just did a reading for, I think, Taurus, and that came out first as well. So you guys, you may find that, we're going into Taurus energy now, and you may find that you've got other Taurians in your life that are going through something similar, that are in a similar place. But for me, looking at this Ten of Swords as an intuitive reader, I would suggest that what we're doing now is that sealing in. This is the hardship that you've been experiencing in recent months and maybe the last year or so, and it is us bringing it to an end. But there's that encouragement to work with us here. You know, life, spirit, the universe, whatever you connect into, that divine source energy. Like, we're really here for you, wanting to seal this in and begin another story for you, another story that you get to tell, another life experience to take place, where the stories you've had to sort of tell over and over again the last year are now coming to an end. And we are looking to put this to rest now. But we need you to work with us and honor that need. Honor that need that you have for you time, for downtime, for resetting, for healing and sealing, because this is the final bit. At least, I mean, obviously healing is ongoing and we can arrive back at places quite regularly. But this is the end of the big bit. You know, like, this is where we are bringing it to a resting place for you now, putting the last year to rest. And now we've got that reassurance, because following that, we've gone straight into the Ten of Pentacles. And I mean, Ten of Pentacles is like one of our best cards in the deck, right? This is abundance and fulfillment in all areas. You know, like, this is you feeling satisfied, feeling connected, feeling that sense of aliveness that you are wanting to feel again. This is life being shiny again and fun and exciting, and you being enthusiastic about life. Recently, you may have not had the energy to be enthusiastic about your own life. Okay? This is why we're giving you that time to rest, giving you that time to recover, giving you that time to recalibrate to the changes that have taken place in your world and inside you. This is where we honor who you've become, so that you can enjoy the riches that are about to begin. You know, the abundance coming for you is going to be magnificent. You may find, as we move into mid-May, even the beginnings of May, right? Even the beginnings of May, you should begin to see signs that life is picking up with beauty and wonder and joy and gifts and connection and togetherness. And I feel like that's going to, even in the beginnings of May, be quite evident that that's started. But it's really going to pick up steam as we move through the month. And as you come further into the rest of the year, this is what you're walking towards. But you want to be able to be here for it, Virgo. You want to be here to enjoy it. You want to be, this is what you want, and you want to be here for it. So we are going to give you what you need, and you are going to give yourself what you need in readiness for this. And this is so gorgeous, because this is your reassurance that this chapter is closing and a new one is taking place. And all we're going to do is just work with you to give you what you need to enjoy it. And then we end there with the Eight of Wands, which is movement. This is action. This is movement. This is right now, life has picked up a rhythm. And it's in the rhythm of everything you want. We are moving. We've got direction. We've got purpose, connection, togetherness. I mean, you have got a lot of life about to blossom and open, and it's not going to stop for a while now. In fact, you've got the potential to be really busy. But that's why it's even more important to start giving yourself breaks, you know, so that you are able to actually take this to the fullest. A bit like what I said, you can have it all, you can be it all, but you need to give yourself those breaks in order to be able to enjoy this. And I think, you know, with this healing and sealing, the other theme that is running through this is what do you need in order to be able to enjoy what you're creating? What do you need? I think you're going to discover that in May, and I think you're going to honor it and own it and really have this sort of universal energy encouraging you to do it. Follow it through. You know, this is you taking a break before the action. Taking a break before the action. Now, by all means, you should not be bored. There is enough that is beautiful and wonderful taking place, and there's enough happening here that you are not like just going to be sat on your butt for the entire of May. You know, like, you are going to be busy. You are going to be fulfilled. You're just not going to be as busy or as exhausted, because what you are engaging in has more meaning for you. And that is the healing. Let me tell you now, engaging in that which is connective and meaningful to you as an individual, that is part of the healing, because it helps us to take this story that has been churned over and over and over and over and over, and we write over the top of that story with a new life experience. And then that's the story that takes place. That's the one we're telling. Instead of saying, I've had all this going on and this going on and this going on, we begin to say, this happened to me today. And this happened to me this week. And this keeps happening and this keeps happening. And I've been really enjoying it. And that's the healing taking place, okay? Healing doesn't always look like having to lay down in a dark room. Sometimes the healing is through the living experience of saying, my gosh, it was so beautiful to be with you here today. It was so gorgeous to sit out in the garden. It was so fantastic for me to take that walk. It was so nourishing for me to be with family and friends and lovers and people that I connect with. And I think you'll find that almost everything you engage in is some form of healing throughout May. And all of this is going to recharge you and get your blood flowing in a different way so that you are ready for more. So beautiful. It's so beautiful. So with this in mind, let's just have a look at relationship. Now, relationship, I'm going to go like romantic angle here. So we're looking at relationship if you're in union or if you're single, but you know, on the romance angle. And let's have a look at themes for relationship throughout May for you. We have got the 5 of Swords. And when I look at that, I just think, pick your battles. I actually posted that this week on my Patreon, on my daily reading, and that's the vibe I got with it then, is pick your battles. So your theme of relationship is pick your battles. I think you are coming through the tail end of quite a lot of emotional exhaustion, and not everything that is an irritation calls for your attention, and not everything is a battle. Okay, not everything is a battle. I think sometimes when we're tired or run down or hormonal or hungry, we can sometimes get engaged in battles that when we're in a more stable and solid place, they wouldn't even be a thing. And I think as a gift of love to yourself and the other, so whether that's a partner or whether that's somebody you're dating, it is a gift of love to everybody involved to just take a break and pick your battles, you know, because some things just aren't worth it. Some things aren't worth it. And I feel as if you should see through May that actually you're receiving so much emotional abundance here through your relationships. I think you're going to see what support looks like, and kindness and understanding and allowing from other people. And I do believe romantic partners will be taking that role. And I feel like by acknowledging how deeply healing that is and how beautiful and brilliant and wonderful it is to get the greatness from your partner or from the person you're experiencing, understanding that they are helping you rewrite your story from the story of feeling not supported, not held, not understood, you know, like they are rewriting that with you through May. And if the great stuff is great, let the little things go. Because your partners are bringing through massive healing. Like I said, whether that's in a union and you're already together or whether you're dating someone, I feel like May has a lot of potential for you to have experiences that allow you to know that you're loved even when you're in sort of low energy, and that you're loved when you're feeling great, and that you are loved and appreciated and adored and valued and cared for in all of the versions of you. And that is so healing and that is so beautiful. But on your off days, you might find you're getting a little bit picky at the things that could just be put to the side. If it's not a big thing and if it's not a meaningful thing and it's not going to change the shape of your relationship overnight, it's okay to let some things go until you are in a place where you feel more relaxed to be able to have a conversation about it. So it's not saying let everything go. It's just saying wait until you feel like you can have that conversation from a calmer place. Because when you're calmer, you may articulate the the conversation quite differently. You know, when we're feeling triggered, especially when we're tired, we can blow things up into really big deals. And then when we've calmed down, we go, oh, hold on a minute. I actually don't feel quite the same intensity about it. I'm actually more relaxed. And I think it's about allowing yourself time throughout May, but also allowing time for the other. The more you give yourself time, and you actually give yourself permission to be human and give yourself time, the easier it will be for you to offer the same to your other. And so you should notice that this is a theme. You know, you are picking your battles. You're picking your own battles for yourself. You're picking battles against your partner. You're picking battles in life. You're realizing that not everything is a battle. And in the allowing of you and the giving time to you, you are giving time to the other. And I do believe that this will be wholly worth it, because I do think you're in receipt of some really beautiful, wonderful experience in partnership this month. So that's really wonderful. So your themes through May, Virgo: healing and sealing. Healing and sealing. And I think you can have fun with this. You can see how many experiences in a day have actually provided healing. And I think you will struggle to run out of examples. I feel like this is an everyday experience, and I think they can take so many shapes and forms and colors. And I think you could really enjoy May by realizing how much healing is taking place. And even through that, you're going to feel supported, you're going to feel held, and that is going to not only restore your energy levels where you're taking care of yourself, but restore your self-esteem, restore your self-confidence, and restore the ability to self-actualize in your life. And I think this is really, really special and really magical. And so I don't think we're going to be, I mean, here's the thing, we're not intending to throw a lot at you this month, but should things be thrown at you, like requests and invitation and things that are just feeling too much, you know, you have permission to refuse. You have permission to allow this month to be focused on healing. You can postpone it for a week. You can postpone things for a month. You are allowed to give yourself what you need this month, and everything. I think friends, family, social media feeds, YouTube videos, everything is going to be saying to you, Virgo, you're allowed to heal, and you're allowed to take a moment to arrive. You've been moving so fast for so long and it feels like you keep moving, that you're not getting that sense of arrival, you know, because things have been so fast paced for you that it's like your legs just keep going and you haven't stopped. And then you kind of need that feeling of arrival, right? You know, that feeling of, oh, I've arrived before I carry on my journey. And this is going to be so powerful and so beautiful, because as we approach the end of May, you're going to feel so much more confident in reclaiming everything it is you want to be living. And that sense of aliveness should have restored to a much larger amount. And I feel so good about this for you. So we're looking at healing and sealing. Okay, Virgo. Well, I will be back next month for another monthly reading. If you want to spend time with me throughout May, you can join me on Patreon. It's my growing, blossoming community. I'm doing daily readings, weekly videos, and connective tools over there. Please come and join me. I would love to have you with us. And you can also book in for one-to-ones on my website. I'll put the link in the description box for both things. And I wish you a wonderful May. I look forward to talking to you again soon. See you later. Bye.